I did not expect that to work. All right, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, like always, and you found do it yourself, do it right. Today's video, it's a little bit of extra bonus content for those of you that have a GMC Acadia or a Chevy Traverse, Buick Enclave, Saturn, whatever the heck those things were. I'm having trouble with the window switch to make the passenger window go up and down on the driver's side. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know, pop that apart, see if I can get into that switch, clean it, and hopefully I can get it to work. If not, I'll be forced to replace the switch, and it is only $25, but I figured, why not give it a shot? Why not give it a shot at trying to clean the switch? Seems to have worked for some people, and hopefully it'll work for me. It is intermittent. It works sometimes and then not others, and it really hasn't worked for about 2 weeks for me. So I figured it was time to do a little bit of exploratory surgery. So let's get into it. Just so you don't think I'm pulling your leg or anything, this is the switch that doesn't want to work. And as you can see, I got the car on. The window is not going up or down, but this one does. But that guy over there, it's not going up and down. So the way to get this all apart is if you had a truck, it comes apart a whole lot easier than this door panel. Basically what you have to do is you got to get into here. See that little door back here? You can pop that open, and then there's also one right here. And basically, let me go ahead and turn this off before I run my battery dead. Basically you pop those panels off, you get to the I believe there's star bits back there. I'll get you in there and let you look as soon as I get that popped off. And then you basically got to pop this whole door panel off. There's a whole bunch of these little plastic, I don't know, nipple looking things. You got to pry the whole door panel apart. And to do that, you know, I have a screwdriver, and I got a couple of picks right here. So let's go ahead and see if we can see what that is. Oh, yep, there it goes. See, pops off, and it is a star bit in there. So we'll figure out what size that is in just a moment. We'll get this one popped apart. Now, those are pretty easy. They just pop apart. Oh, there's actually two of them in there. Hopefully you can see them. Yep, right there. There's both of them. And let's see, I have a variety of star bits, and we'll see which one it is. All right, so it is a T30 bit. Now typically I don't use the drill, but I figured why not. This is kind of a long handle, long reach. Just pops it out, you know, not held in there much by much, not a lot of torque. And we'll just throw it over here, and then we'll see if we can, yeah, see how it reaches in there. Pretty good. That one is a little tighter. We'll pop that one out, and we'll get the last one. There you go. Oh, try not to drop that one. Oh, it can't go anywhere anyways. So drop it on the floor, and then that's really all that you have to take loose. Now the fun part is getting all those plastic holders popped out without breaking them all. So let's try it. All right, I got you guys set up because I'm gonna need 2 hands to pry this thing apart. I've never never been in here, so hopefully it comes apart as easy as they showed on some of the other channels. Alright, so that is loose. This is there's a bunch of them. I got the one pop loose, but there's a bunch of them in here. Holy donut! Wow, man, wow, that is no joke. Okay. Couple more. 2 of them pop loose. So there's 3 of them right here. Where's the next one? There it is. There's another one down here. A little bit of rust. Alright, there's that one. Guessing there's got to be one up top here somewhere. There's like a little clip right here also that pops out. Man, oh man. There we go. There's that one. There we go. So looking at it from here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of these plastic little clips that I'll show you in just a minute once I get all this disconnected. I'm fighting with the cable that connects to the door latch. Gonna have to get myself a set of pliers. Alright, let me bring you in here and show you what I got. Alright, so here's your door, obviously. These yellow guys here are where all of the little studs are, and the white ones here. And I was just fighting with this. This is the cable for the door pull. Basically, you gotta, you have to squish those two little wings down, I guess, and then pull it out and unhook it. And I set it over here. And this is where that cable hooks up. You can see the little ball goes down in there, and then it goes through this hole right here. Those wings keep it from sliding back and forth. These are all the little keepers, as you can tell, white. And this is the one up top here. These are your 2 connectors that you have to disconnect, and those guys reconnect right here. Obviously, green, gray, gray. Pretty self-explanatory. What I'm after is the actual switch, and this is the actual switch right here. So to get these switches out, it's basically just it's nice to see nobody's been in here. This is new from the factory, still got the sticker. You just got to flip these up and then pull that whole switch assembly out. Flip that up, pull it down. Basically, you got to depress this little tang here, pull it out. This one's super easy. Just push this tang down, pull it out. This one is a little bit more difficult because I'm one-handed. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this one. All right, so admittedly, I was trying to disconnect that wrong. Basically, what this does is this slides in and out. So you pull that out like that, and then you can squish it and pop it out. So, you learn something new every day. All these connectors are different, especially in these new vehicles. You just, I wish they'd make them all the same, just so you don't have to, filly fart around with trying to figure out how the connectors work. But, it is what it is. So then let's see if we can get this switch mechanism out. Oh, Ah, dang it. It keeps popping itself back in. Got those there. And then also on the bottom, which again, I'm gonna need 2 hands. All right, this just slides out like so. And this is your switch mechanism. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this apart. Again, you gotta have, you know, you pry these open. Oh, here we go. You pry these up and the whole thing, oh look at that, it's just cracked and broke. It's always good. So you just pop the switches apart, and there's a circuit board with a little rubber mat under there that they say the connectors go, you know, they get dirty or whatever, and you just scrape them clean. But I'm gonna do that inside the garage. All right, so switch assembly. Like I said, take your flat tip, although I am gonna get a smaller one. No, not a flat tip. Where's my small one? Oh, that's not flat tip either. What the business? There we go. So, I'm gonna get a small flat tip, and you basically gotta do the same thing. You just gotta pry it apart, slide the switch part out. And there's that part of it. Flip her over. Do a little bit of prying action without breaking the fragile plastic, and there you have it. Just comes apart. All right, so in here are all these little plastic, you know, buttons that go up and down, and what they do is they push on these little rubber contactors. So when that pushes down, it makes contacts. It creates, it completes the circuit. And if you look at this little guy here, this little plastic spacer thing, it looks a little worn, but we're gonna continue to go. It looks like that is broken. That is, okay, that's the wrong switch anyways. All right, false alarm. So what I'm concerned with, being that it's the passenger side, is these buttons right here. These two not making contact. So basically you just pull this rubber off, and it only goes back on one way, so you don't have to worry about it. Flip her over and look at these contacts. Yeah, the contacts are pretty dirty on this one compared to the rest of them. You can see, I don't know if you can really see that much, but contacts are pretty dirty. Same with the contacts on the board itself. There's a contact right there and a contact right there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and clean these up. I'm gonna take my little screwdriver, ever so carefully, without popping. You don't want to peel that piece of metal off from the rubber, so just ever so slightly, just, you know, scratch away at the gunk on the contacts, and it comes right off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and scrape these contactors. All right, so after some scraping, I got all the little black stuff off from these contactors. I also cleaned up the little contactors on this board. There was actually, I cleaned up all of them. They all had a little bit of gunk on them, I guess you'd say. So basically, you just put it back together the same way it came apart. You can only do it one way. It won't allow you to put it back together wrong. And then pop that on there. Make sure your little spacer guy's back in there where it's supposed to be. Pop that back together. Snaps together all the way around. And let's go try it. So whether this actually works or not, I'm gonna put it all the way back together because I didn't go and buy a new switch assembly yet. Like I said, this is kind of just an experiment to see if I can get it to work, and hopefully I can. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this guy back up in here. Snap, snap. That's where it's supposed to go. Gonna hook up the connectors again. Just push it on there. And then slide that white piece up, locks it in there. And then this guy just slides up in there and snaps. You heard the snap. And now let's bring the whole door assembly back over. We're gonna hook it up and give it a whirl, see if it worked. All right, so hooking it back up is gray to gray, green to green. And I'm just going to set this up here and see if it'll work. It's on. Let's see if it works. Hey, look at that. To be quite honest with you guys, I didn't have high hopes for that working. There really wasn't that much crud on it, but apparently enough to not make a good contact. So here you go. Here's the switch, pushing the switch. Window goes up and down. I guess I just saved myself $25. All right, so now the process is just reverse. Kind of just got it sitting here, line up all those little studs, push them in, and then get your bolts started. Get in your home. There we go. I got kind of a big noggin that doesn't fit everywhere. It should actually. Pop, pop. All right, just pops together. And then, you know, these 3 screws are all the same. And that one's in and tight. In and tight. And last but not least, put this one in. Oh, you know what? Well, now I gotta pry it all back apart. I did not hook up the door latch. Good night. Getting ahead of myself. I know you in the back, Bob, was saying, no, don't put it together. You forgot to put the door latch on. You forgot to hook it up. Oh no, now you gotta pry it all back apart. Thanks a lot, Bob. All right, so now that I got it back apart, I can show you how to put this together. So basically, try to do this one-handed. I don't know how well it's gonna work out, but this little circle drops down in there like so, and then it's gonna come out, and then you just push the whole thing in. So those little wings catch, and it doesn't wiggle loose. The ball is where it's supposed to be, and the handle actually will open the door. It's a good thing it's a good thing I pulled on that, because I would have got in the car and been like, oh shit, now I can't get out. I'd have to climb out through the passenger side. So this is one of those instances that I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, and I forgot to hook that back up. So here we go. Let's put it all back. Let's pop this thing all back together and put the screws in. All right. Pushed in. All right, they're all pushed in. Make sure the switches still work. Yeah, that one works. That one still works. Back window works. Back window works. Make sure that the mirror works. Still moves. Make sure that one over there moves. All right, that one moves. Window lock button works. All right, let's put them screws back in. All right, folks, so like I always say, just a couple of common hand tools, a couple of flat tips, a T30 bit to get those screws out, and you know, you guys can work on your own vehicles. It's not hard, you know. Just look them up on YouTube. Look whatever problem you have up on YouTube, see how other people fixed it. That's what I did. I figured, well, why not make a video? I saw, you know, a couple of videos of it, and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and throw that up. So you know, don't be afraid to work on your own vehicle. That was pretty super easy, you know, not difficult at all. The hardest part is just getting those things, getting those little keepers popped off. But other than that, pretty easy. So you know, work on your own vehicles, people. Don't take it to the shop for that. That'd probably cost you $100 and $200. You know, the part is $25 on Rock Auto. They would have charged you $50 for the switch assembly, I'm sure, and then another $100. You'd be out $150 when you could just do that yourself. This literally took me 30 minutes, and that's videoing, you know. So work on your own vehicles, folks. You know, get some tools, get out there, you know, fix your own stuff so you don't have to pay the man. With all that said, like you guys do at the end of all my videos, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe. If you want to see videos of me working on that old car back in there, if you're here just for the GMC stuff, there's a lot more stuff. I got motorcycles, I got the old car, I got the Mustang over here. If you haven't seen it, I have videos working on that thing. So you know, check it out. If you're here just for the switches, check out all the rest of my videos. So you know, like always, till next time, thanks a lot.